Well, only one race in the country features two former congressmen, both running for their former seat again. Thanks for joining us. I'm Patrick Walker.
And I'm Steve Sebelius. Republican Crescent Hardy represented Congressional District 4 from 2014 to 2016. Now he's running against Democrat Stephen Horsford. That's the man he defeated back in 2014. I asked Hardy about the 2016 race, immigration, and a host of other topics. Take a look. When we last kind of left Crescent Hardy, it was the end of the 2016 campaign. The Access Hollywood tape that caught President Trump saying some bizarre things had come out. There was a news conference. You and then Congressman Joe Heck was running for Senate at the time. Both came and said, look, we can no longer support the person at the top of the ticket. It's not like we're going to vote for Hillary Clinton. We don't agree with her, but we can't support the guy at the top of the Republican ticket. But you ended up voting for Donald Trump.
I did. That's exactly the reason. I think he was the only choice that there was. We'll come right down to it. So I did vote for him. And I've been pleasantly surprised and happy with the direction of his economic policies. His policies are my policies and the things that I would have fought for if I was back there. If I have any regret is the fact that as an individual that I actually became the judge and jury on an issue that I should have left alone. I just should have kept my mouth shut, because I should never be a judge and jury of anybody.
You also supported the kind of the comprehensive plan, which would include the border wall. Although you said we don't maybe necessarily need a physical wall on every inch of the southern border, but in certain areas that don't have a wall now, that we should put one up there.
No, I think there's areas where the wall would not necessarily work. I think we need more security in certain spots. We need walls in certain spots. We need repair fencing where we can. So it's an overall concept of having border security.
Yeah.
And I think it's imperative, not just for immigration issues, but for national security. I really believe we need to look after our national security, because it's not if but when that somebody's looking to try to do something again.
Sure, and the southern border being so large and in some cases so porous is a kind of a tempting target.
No doubt about it, in my opinion.
Let's turn to the issue of gay rights. You said at a Mesquite debate that you wanted to return to the Bill Clinton era of the don't ask, don't tell policy. Talk about that. Why is?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, because it gives me an opportunity to explain myself. Sometimes I get out on my skis and didn't understand the full effect of the don't ask, don't tell. And so I owe the LGBTQ community apology. What I'm trying to say is I want people, it's none of my business, so to speak, of what your preference is or what you do. I want people in the military to do the job that they're there to do, to make sure that they can work together as a team and function. I think teamwork is very important in the military, and I didn't understand some of the consequences of that rule, so I apologize for bringing that up. But that's what I mean, is there's so many people that do a great job, and I don't care what their preference is, it's up to them. So.
And so they should be able to serve openly as far as you're concerned?
As long as they have the ability to do their job, openly should be fine. You
have just gotten back from a swing through the rural parts of the district. Do you think your base is there? Or is it in the urban part? Where do you think the Crescent Hardy voters mostly live?
Here's what I believe that people should know and understand about Crescent Hardy. I like the rural environment because I'm kind of like to be out in the stars and be able to see things. But here's what Crescent Hardy is. I've never asked after I got elected who you voted for, what party you were from, and I represented all the people, urban and rural, across the board, and that's what we're there to do, to serve. I'm truly a constitutional conservative. It's about we the people, and that's what I understand the makeup of the district. I understand that there's more Democrats in this district, more people that probably need to have challenges. The hardest hit place in the nation was Nevada during this recession, and the hardest hit place in Nevada was the Nevada 4th District. So I understand those challenges and want to work on them and try to solve those issues.
Well, since losing a seat to Democrat Reuben
Care to pay for it. All right, so let's talk about this CD4 race. Of course, the were in office. But let's start with immigration here and where these two stand. How does this look for you? How's this match up?
I think, you know, there may be more similarities than you would expect because Stephen Horsford supporting that Gang of 8 immigration plan. But also, I think Crescent Hardy also thinking that there should be a pathway ultimately to some kind of citizenship for DACA people. But where they might differ is the emphasis on border security. I think Crescent Hardy has that as an integral part of his immigration plan.
And I think quickly a little bit different on economic opportunity and things like that. Job training, a big one for Stephen Horsford versus the balanced budget amendment for Crescent Hardy, and the balanced budget has been a big thing for Republicans for a long time.
Yeah, absolutely. Although Crescent Hardy really walks the walk because he introduced a balanced budget amendment when he was in the House as well. So I think he definitely is in support of that.
All right. Well, the Reno Gazette-Journal and Suffolk